Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes from the previous meeting? Any additions or corrections? If not, could we just take a motion for approval?
So moved.
Grant moved,
I'll second.
Larry second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any additions to the agenda? I have under new business, the Johnson property. I had a question on the Catholic Church property. And then a demolition permit for Joe Davis, which is the hardware store building, and clinic building by Gackle Community Development. And a raffle permit for the Gackle Fire Department, the calendar raffle. Any other items for the agenda? If not, could we take a motion for acceptance?
I'll accept that. Second.
Jeff moved, second by Grant. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, there's no visitors, so I think we'll go right to reports. City maintenance.
I guess everybody knows street sweepers are in town. Went pretty well for considering the rain we had. They're hoping to get it done before the rain, but they have most of it done, so I think they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Care center work is done as far as that gate valve for the fire suppression system and ball valve for the sewage line. Put in the new water meter, the meter at the school and the backflow today. I was down there with helping Brent do that. I don't know if he's gonna charge us for putting the meter in, but I was down there helping him, so put everything on the other side of the meter, the backflow, plumbing for all that's gonna get billed to the school. So it won't be on the city to take care of that, and Mark knows. Grasses that have been too tall, I handed out 9 different flyers and doors this past Friday. So is that a 2-week thing now? We gotta wait 2 weeks to go mow it? Or how?
What was it?
I know I don't remember what we did last year, I just wanna write it down so I know from year to year.
I can't remember. Drew knows the answer to that one.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'll ask him.
I thought it was 10 days.
I thought it was too.
Well, yeah, 2 weeks that's too long.
I don't know what our ordinance says, I guess. Something we can look up, I guess. Ready to get around the tar and streets yet. It's just been kind of chilly at night yet, so it's gotta stay.
Hey,
about
question for
50.
you real quick. How long will we have to put a grass cutting notice
24-hour
on
period.
before we can cut?
The tar to stick,
Is it that long? Okay.
so.
Alright. Okay. He said that he's pretty sure it's 14.
14 days.
Good. And back to that, do we want to send the letters out to the residents too? Because some of them don't even live here. You know, the people that don't live here, because right now with that rain, I'm sure that paper either crumbled or it's laying on the ground or something. Because they're not going to see it.
How many people are we talking?
Well, we got that church over there. I don't know if you guys still own that or if that's Joe Davis. Yeah, next to him to the south.
He's gone.
I
He's
don't
not
know where
coming
he's
back.
at.
What was that, Sherry?
The one next door where Shakim's house is, he's gone right now, and I don't know if he's coming back. He's got his water shut off and probably his electric by now too.
That Nigel Fallon that lives down there, I don't know if they're, I know they mowed some of it, but the backyard is still tall. So I put on one on the door because it's just, I don't think.
No, we'll
it's
take care of
mowing
that
or-
one at the church, I didn't, we'll get over there and get it done, so.
Mhm.
That hasn't been sold yet. He backed out on that deal, so we'll get it mowed.
Good. I mean, I didn't get a list of Sherry on the ones that are out of town. You know, I can, I guess, but. Or we just do it the way we're.
I just did, when you do that, when you do it and you tell me which ones to put on, I don't call them, I just put it right on their city bill.
Okay.
And then they'll call, and that's why I said take pictures when you get ready to mow it. Do a first little swipe and then take a picture and send it to me.
Good.
And that's worked out really well. I only had to send the picture out twice to different people showing them that this is your grass.
What are the feelings of the group? Do we want to send a letter?
Well, have we done it, we've done it in the past, haven't we? I
Not
thought
since I've
that,
been here.
It's just the letter to the people, not.
Not everyone,
Yeah.
just the ones that don't live here.
Right.
our towners, yeah.
Yeah,
But like that guy just south of you guys' building there, I mean, how do you get a hold of him? You're not. You know, how do we know where his current address is if he moved out of town? You know, maybe just keep putting them on the doors and if someone brings it up, then I guess we'll just deal with it then.
well, there's only so much legwork that we can do, and if it's been working in the past, what she's implying, then put it on the residents and then just do it and bill them. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean, it's not, let's not make that our problem.
Right.
and the people who lived here, they were here last.
They know,
They know.
if they ain't got
If it's
somebody
a-
doing it, then,
If it's a new person or something, then I
if
can
they ain't got
see.
anybody to do it, then they're gonna pay.
Yeah,
The ones that always goes on the taxes is like Sarah Ward's
Yeah.
and Terry, the old Tasty Freeze lady over there. But she pays hers every year, and it's got mowing on it all summer long, and the whole city bill all year long, and she pays it at tax time.
Alrighty.
And Sarah Ward's will probably eat that one, but for next year. I still put it on their taxes.
And then I got a letter from Allied Energy, which I'm sure there's a few people in town that have gotten about their regulators are out of date on their propane tanks. And ours is out of date for everyone here. So it's gonna cost between $250 and $350 for them to come replace it. I told them to go ahead and replace it. There is a little thing you can sign to not replace it, but then we're liable for everything that's in the building, if something goes wrong with that regulator, so I just told them I'll replace it and get it done. That's that. And then garbage update. I contacted this, it's North Dakota, Recycle North Dakota, they pick up streeters garbage. So that's an all automated truck, so it's gonna be all new dumpsters. Everybody would have to purchase certain garbage cans. I've not got it pulled back yet, but we got 233 pickups. We got 20 dumpsters in town ranging from a yard and a half to 4 yards. So I have not got an email back from that guy yet. I emailed them last week sometime.
How many dumpsters did you say?
20 dumpsters ranging from yard and a half to 4 yards.
So they won't use the previous dumpsters? So everybody's got a
What he
dumpster, and
does-
you have to purchase one from them, or lease one from them?
What I'm thinking he would do, he would sell the dumpsters that we have now And that money would maybe go towards these new ones, cause what he does is drive straight up to the dumpster, lifts it over the cab and dumps it.
Oh, he's got, so it's got the hooks or the boxes on the side.
And then on the side is where the garbage cans are at. So I don't know if I just don't know if that's gonna be work on some of our dumpsters that we have in town, because we're limited on space, especially up by the school. Because he's got a longer truck than we got, and then when we used Napoleon at that time, it was tough for us just to use that one back into there. You know, but he'll have to drive straight in to them.
Well, you might have to propose maybe they move it to the end of instead of right there by the school.
Right.
Make it a straight shot through that road, you know, where the road is heading north.
Right.
Into that corner, or something like that. I think that would be acceptable, you think?
Or I can call somebody else. I haven't got the information yet, but.
He hasn't give you a bid?
No. I got a guy from Kyle mentioned it, the deputy mentioned it, the guy in Steel
Yeah.
has the same setup that we have now. So that might be an option. I might be able to give him a call. I haven't found a name or a number yet on that.
Did they give you any timeline on any bids or anything?
No, he asked, the only thing he asked us was, when could he start? Or when did we want him to start? And I was like, well.
Well, it depends on the bid, man.
Yeah, I told him, we'll wait on your bid, told him bring it up to you
Well,
guys,
we gotta talk to the people,
and you guys can,
get consensus of the public.
and I have no idea what the garbage cans are gonna cost. No, I have no idea.
Hey, hopefully we can have that by next meeting, maybe.
I'm hoping, so, yeah, I was hoping they have it, you know, tonight, but that's something we wanna go with. If that's, you know, the direction we wanna go. Or we keep the truck and Tom and I go get our CDLs.
Well, we need that bid.
Yeah.
We can get crazy and, you know, if it's something.
I wonder, do we have to have two guys have CDL? Because actually,
Well, I've asked Bill about that same question and your replies were,
I would say we would,
okay.
but,
Because there's days you're not here or vice versa.
right.
So that's $10,000 for two people. Or
For
more.
one person, I believe.
It's one person for 10?
I thought it was around 6 or 5 for
That's
one.
just for the classes that it was about 7 just for the classes, but then you got your licenses, your permits you gotta have and all that, and your, air brakes endorsements and, no, we were, 10,000 was on the high end, so we didn't,
Okay.
I think Dickinson was like 7,000 for that class,
All right.
so.
And your time.
You know, the truth of the matter is, with the air brake restriction, that includes the army truck then too. So we're not only dealing with the garbage truck, we're dealing with the army truck.
Right. Can't argue that. Okay. Let's see if we can get those numbers hopefully by next
Yeah.
meeting and.
Yeah, I mean,
And if you got that other, like you say, steels, then do a comparison,
Right.
and then we can get on that.
what's the name of the place that you're dealing with now?
Recycle North Dakota.
Cause
The green and white truck that drives through.
I should have, I guess I was dropped the ball, Dakota Sanitation. You ever hear of that one?
Yeah, they did, and they didn't wanna come here.
Oh, they didn't? Oh. I seen it.
We've done this before. Remember when we went through this for about 5 years ago, just before you came on, I think.
So they seen
We
that,
talked about it.
Collins got them.
This column's got, there's Gainer, isn't it? Or is that the same?
I thought Dakota, well, maybe I should dump,
But
maybe.
either way, yeah, we can always contact them all again.
If you have numbers of contact, you just take these numbers and give it to them and
Yeah,
I can get back to you.
the time I thought of it, I didn't get to see my cousin, I could just ask him what they're paying. Get a good idea what,
The main thing is, your dump, what is it gonna cost us? What's it gonna cost the residents?
Right.
What's their dumpster fees
Mhm.
or garbage can fees, whatever. So,
Anything else on the garbage?
That's all I got.
Okay, an auditor,
The only thing I have is that CCR report in front of you, which is consumer, the water report on the city of Gackle. Of course, we've passed again this year. We do a yearly report on that, so I put that in already here. Paperwork's going back to them, so that's done. And then Hank's court date is on Tuesday the 10th. And it's all gonna be up in the air what happens tomorrow, because he goes to court tomorrow over in Napoleon. If he's around, he'll do the 10th with us. If he's not, then we'll have to do a Zoom one. And that
and
would
that's
be
what, 7 o'clock?
Mhm.
Do you know,
As far as I know.
that's here at the city hall, is that open to the public? That is.
I do believe. I could find out for sure.
Okay, then I guess the Dakota Valley franchise. Do I need to read the whole thing?
I think Drew read the first page and maybe a little bit on the next one, and then he skipped back to the back, and,
Okay.
because it's long, we've already approved these 20 years ago.
Anyway, it's an ordinance granting to Dakota Valley Electric Co-op Incorporated, a North Dakota Electric Cooperative Corporation, its successors, and assigns permission to erect, construct, install, and maintain within the city of Gackle, North Dakota, an electric power distribution system, and to operate the same, and to install conduits, poles, wires, pipes, and other fixtures in, upon, and under the streets, alleys, bridges, and public grounds of said city for the purpose of furnishing electricity to said city and the inhabitants thereof. And then be it ordained by the governing body of the city of Gackle, North Dakota, hereinafter called city. And it just goes into the term of the franchise. It's for 20 years. And basically it's a tract of land lying in the southwest quarter of section 5, 13667, and described as follows. And it just gives sections, and it's just a lot of legal description of the land. And it's primarily the area south of town is what they're talking about. So I guess, do we want to entertain a motion to either approve or not approve the franchise?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Jeff moved, Grant second to approve the franchise for Dakota Valley Electric. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Grant, you got anything on water, sewer, and policing?
I do not.
Jeff, what about streetlights?
No,
Larry, garbage, airport, ambulance, and health.
Nope.
And I don't have anything on fire and park. So I guess the lift station at Shots, we haven't looked at that yet,
okay.
but we'll get to that. I see John Kleingartner's not here, so I don't know there's discrepancy or some concern about property lines. Did you get survey kind of
Yeah, it's
straightened out?
resolved, yes.
So I guess we'll go to new business. We did the second reading. And then a permit for Sherry and Ryan Allison to build a fence. Nyberg to put shingles on a house. And we want to include the demolition permit for the hardware store, the clinic building. They're both, as proposed right now, done by Nino and Son Demolition. And then we also, calendar raffle for the Gackle Fire Department.
Yeah, I'll move to approve all aforementioned.
And I'll second those.
Okay, Grant moved, second by Larry, Jeff, to approve all the permits. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Has everybody had a chance to look at the bills? I guess I didn't. Any questions on the bills?
That team lab, is that just the water work or that we had done?
That's for, our sewer
Oh,
systems
okay.
and stuff.
Alright. Is that like a yearly thing or
Well, I don't know what
it's $5,000, 4,800 or
What's something you just ordered?
4,300? Oh, is that parts that you had out there or something?
That would have been tar, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, that would've been the tar, yeah.
Oh, I
I think there's 5 barrels.
5 barrels.
see. That'd do it, huh? No, I didn't have anything. Just wondered what that was.
Any other questions on the bills? Not, do we entertain a motion to approve? Larry moved, second by Grant. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed? Date and time of next meeting, July 7th at 7 PM.
Did you want to talk about the Johnson and Catholic Church properties?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was over at the attorney's office, you know, that Denise Stein, which her maiden name was Johnson, that house on Main, she was gonna give that to the city. I was over at the attorney's office because I realized at the courthouse, it's still registered to her parents, Dolores and Lloyd. Now, it was the joint tenancy between Lloyd and Dolores. So when Lloyd, he passed away first, it automatically went to Dolores. But they never probated when Dolores died. Basically, I was recommended, don't get involved with it. Because,
oh, that makes sense.
you know, it's hanging out in the air. And I haven't had a chance to, I got Denise Stein's phone number, but I had not called her. And I'll call her, but I was recommended to call in the morning. Don't call in the afternoon.
When she talked to me last, she said she will let it sit there and go back to taxes if we don't take it.
And that, if I understand the attorney right, that doesn't totally solve her problem.
Oh, hers?
Because then I did ask the attorney at Napoleon, could I just give her his phone number? And he said, no, he cannot probate it because he talked to me and it's a conflict of interest. So she's gotta hire some other attorney firm to probate it.
that brown house? Is that what we're talking?
So what happens, let's say if she doesn't ever do anything, she just lets go back to the thing and doesn't probate anything?
He said it's really gray, because if it goes back to the county for taxes, the county might push the issue. Then if it goes into court, then the court might more or less take over. But he said it's a situation where the city shouldn't get in the middle of it. Because if the house would be gone and she would decide to probate it and become the personal representative, she can sell it as open lots. You know, we have no claim to it. So that's kind of where that's at. As far as the Catholic Church property, has that been?
That's all, they're getting mailed out to that one, and the person on the end over there, both of them have all the paperwork done for sale. The one next to Maryland,
So it's up to them to sign and get it recorded?
yep, it's getting recorded right now. I
Okay,
sent back all the paperwork that we needed to do, and now she's gonna send them the quick claim deed, and it's being recorded now, and then as soon as that's done, then those two will reimburse the city for the legal fees, or any fees we got, which we did, I already paid it, so that they don't have to wait on there, because it's our attorney's office. And they'll pay it, they'll each owe about $350. So everything's done on both this one and the one in the corner.
okay. And what brought that up was one of the neighbors, the Catholic Church property. You know, last year when I thought we were transferring it over to new owners, I left it just as clay, and I actually didn't, well then Z's trees, or no, a tree company come in and took the two big cottonwoods down, so I didn't do any finish work. And the neighbor approached me, what's going on? Because it kind of got left a mess. So, that's why I'm bringing it up.
He's trying to find somebody to come over there now. He's putting a condominium in there on the Capitol. So he's trying to get everybody nailed down to contracts to get it all done.
So,
I do believe that's what's going in that corner one too, is a condominium.
okay. So you have his name?
Yep, I got the name, phone number, everything you need. It's
Okay.
Gary Holst from over here, and it's something Angle, I can't remember the first name, Angle from over there.
Okay.
Got their email address, anything you want for,
Then I'll let the neighbor know that it's in progress, I
he's
guess.
just trying to find contractors to do it on. And pretty much Jeff Shy's helping with all that, because it's his buddy that owns the house next door.
Okay. Has anybody got anything else for council? Could we entertain a motion for adjournment?
I'll move.
Larry moved,
I'll second.
Jeff second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
7:28?
Yep.